Half-Life 2 is the best video game of all time, is what a lot of gamers would say when on the topic of the greatest video games of all time. Whenever people talk about the greatest games of all time, I always see Half-Life 2 on that list. So I thought to myself, wow, this might just be the greatest game of all time. And after playing through the first one, and then playing through the second one finally, I can happily agree. Half-Life 2 might be one of the, if not the best game I've ever played personally, and of all time. And so that's kind of what I want this video to be, just a little deep dive into Half-Life 2, and talk about my experience with it. Having just beat it, it's fresh in my mind, so why not? Jump right in. I played this game at a fantastic time, it seems, because with all this speculation of Half-Life 3 leaks and rumors, and there's just so much hype surrounding Half-Life right now that it just seemed like no better time to jump into the series. You start this game once again as the silent badass protagonist Gordon Freeman, and this time he's thrown right into City 17 just after the events of the last game. You start in City 17, and what some are forced to call home, I would say most are calling it prison or hell. It's completely overrun by the Combine, which is an interdimensional empire of sorts. And really the Combine, they have one main goal, and that is to just pretty much conquer everything and anything, I guess. They are a huge force to be reckoned with, the Combine. And this is strikingly so because if you know anything about the Half-Life lore, then you'll know that it only took the humans about, 7 hours to surrender to the Combine? They were like, yeah, no, 7 hours, you can have our planet. Humanity ain't worth it. So they surrendered within 7 hours, and that's when Combine, they all came in and invaded and completely took over control. But the intro is really awesome. You get to walk through and really see what the city life is like. Interacting with the environment around you, it really gives that next level up to the Half-Life series. Like, yeah, this is nothing like the first game. We're gonna let you interact with the environment. It does a lot of visual storytelling, and I think it does it really well. So Gordon wakes up after the events of the first game, seeing City 17 and how screwed up Earth truly is. So Gordon's going about his day, right? Adjusting to the harsh rule of the Overwatch soldiers, when we get greeted by a familiar face.
Mission privacy for this.
About that beer I owed you.
This part caught me so off guard, and once I actually stopped and realized who it was, I had the biggest smile on my face. Man, what a dope callback. I knew right then that this game was legit. So now we've reunited with Barney, and now we have a plan. We need to reunite with our old friends at Black Mesa. You meet characters along the way, new and old. It's always such a treat to see old characters from the first game again, like Dr. Isaac Kleiner, and hell, even Eli Vance. I did not make that connection at first, but yeah, apparently, that was Eli Vance from the first game, and so here he is. And we also have some great new additions to the cast as well, such as Eli Vance's daughter, Alyx Vance. I really liked her character. The one gripe, if I were to really gripe on this game, it would be they kind of pull the rug out from under you, it seems like. You think you're going to be getting this companion for the entire game, and then you kind of just get split up. I mean, I'm used to being on my own in these arena shooter type games, but in a story-driven narrative such as this, you think you're going to be with a companion most of the game, but something always happens. Alyx needs to stay behind for whatever reason. So I was going in thinking, oh, we get a companion this game, but really you are just going through the game by yourself still, which is obviously fine, but that twisted my brain a little bit. But nonetheless, these characters are a welcome addition. The writing is fantastic. I don't want to spoil too much right now, but Dr. Mossman and Alyx and Kleiner and Barney, and just it gets awesome. It gets so crazy, and yeah, the story is really good. And this is where the game really opens up, and I was not expecting that considering how linear the first one was. But yeah, you get vehicles and open areas to explore. It's really vast for the time, and it was a really welcome change, I thought. I really enjoyed exploring everything, going back and stopping at every little point of interest. I didn't want to miss anything. And I think that's where most of my hours went, because yeah, I put like 40 hours into this game just exploring, really. I really liked that part. You know, I'm glad that they kind of opened up the maps a little bit and didn't keep it as linear as the first one. I appreciate that, so. Oh, you thought the crowbar was iconic? Well, this game introduces something called the gravity gun, and let me tell you, that is legendary. As if it couldn't get any more iconic, they bust out this insane new physics gun that literally lets you pick up anything, throw it across the room. I was picking up guns, boxes, enemies, orbs of light that evaporated people into nothingness, into atoms. These people have families. The gravity gun is such a welcome addition. It is so ahead of its time. Like, the amount of possibilities that you can just do with the gun itself. You can get so creative with that gun. And that kind of reminds me of Portal a little bit. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Portal gun when it comes to like the innovation tech of it. So ahead of its time. And I had such a blast using that gun. What a welcome addition. I love, like, if I'm just, can I be blunt? I love the sounds in this game. The SFX for all the arsenal, the entire arsenal sounds awesome, all the gun sounds. One thing about Half-Life 1, I hated some of those sounds. Like the walking pitter-patter of the footsteps, every single step you took really kind of bugged me. They really improved the sounds for this game, thank goodness. Like, especially the gravity gun, that sound it makes when you use it is, like, addicting. Like, it gives me serotonin blast in my eardrums. If I had to pick two favorites, I'd say my favorite sounds are the gravity gun. Well, the crowbar is an honorable mention, I'd say. I still like whacking the crowbar, you know. You always got to get a good whack in. I also really do like when you walk up to the shield regenerator on the wall, the noise that makes when you get your shield recharged. That's probably my number two. I really like that sound as well. Everything sounds so crisp in this game. And I got really bad headphones, so that's saying something. Okay, the music. In this game, you aren't getting a constant flow of music. It actually shows up in sort of waves. For the most part, you kind of get them in certain segments. You're not getting music as you would in a normal game. You more get like ambiance, background noise. For the most part, it's more just background ambience, but when the music does kick in though, those certain moments where like it cues up and it really does make you feel like a badass, because you just don't hear the music enough. But when you do, you kind of have to savor that because it's rare, if that makes sense. So it's like really cool when you do hear it, but I wish they had a little bit more. But I do really like the ambient noises, and it really sets the tone because this game does have a lot of dark, spooky, ambient settings. It's a grim world, you know? It can't just have happy, upbeat music all the time. I get that, but I don't know, just maybe a little bit more music throughout. But I kind of like what they did though, you know, music, they kind of piece it in spots so that when you do hear it, it really emphasizes the moment, so I can appreciate that. So we all know that this game has been held in such high regards for over 20 years now, which is insane. You could nitpick and tell me that this was just a glorified tech demo, but that's a long tech demo, and if that's what you want to call it that. So be it. Give me more of it then, because I think this is a great game, and I think there's enough content in there to be able to call it a full release, especially with the episode releases, you know, that came out years after. So yeah, I think in that regard, I don't think it's a tech demo. I think it has a lot of cool new abilities that people really weren't used to seeing yet, and it's a great showcase of like next gen tech and ability. I wouldn't call it like a glorified demo though, but that's just my opinion. All in all, this game's fantastic, and it's definitely earned a spot in my top 10. And if you love gaming and you haven't played Half-Life 2, do yourself a favor and play Half-Life 2, because you're gonna need to free up a new spot in your top 10, because it's gonna take something over. Trust me, it's that good. So yeah, I think this game is like damn near masterpiece material, and I'm sorry if you were hoping for a different direction, because I know everybody and their mama glazes this game more than a Krispy Kreme friggin' donut, but like, why wouldn't you? It's Half-Life 2. It's one of the best for a reason. It's gonna be another 10 out of 10. I don't know what you're expecting. It's a great game. So yeah, I love Half-Life 2. But before I go, I wanted to just add in a few little highlights for me personally during my playthrough. And so let's start with my new favorite weapon. It's gotta be the gravity gun. I mean, really, come on. You got the iconic weapons from the first game, sure, but like, I really love the addition of the gravity gun, because it implements a whole new set of mechanics, and it just lets you play around with the physics a lot. And I really like that. My favorite area, level, probably Ravenholm. Super spooky, Father Gregory, like he was a great character. So I would say Ravenholm. My new favorite addition to the cast, considering like I love the old ragtag group of Black Mesa, but Alyx probably. He spends the most time with her, I'd say, so probably Alyx is my favorite addition. From navigating the Zen-infested corridors of Black Mesa to the Strider-infested streets of City 17, yeah, life has not been easy for Gordon Freeman so far. But yeah, it sure has been a fun ride, I'll tell you that. That just about does it with this one. I just wanted to make a little video telling you all about my Half-Life 2 experience. I finally got to see what all that hype was about, and it definitely did not disappoint. So once again, Valve never ceases to amaze me, and they just absolutely nail it this time around. And I think this is such a worthy successor to the first game, and it just amplifies it tenfold. This game is just outright nuts, and it still, to this day, feels like it's next gen. And this game is over 20 years old. This game can legally go out and get drunk. And it's still holds up to be one of the best? Like, that just blows my mind. No other game truly feels the way that Half-Life 2 feels for me. And that's okay for now. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. Stay tuned for videos on episode 1 and episode 2. If you're fans of Half-Life or you're new to the series and enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it nonetheless if you liked and subbed. I don't always do Half-Life Valve videos, but I'm a fan of the series, I'm a fan of Valve, and so there's a few other videos like that on my channel, and if you guys would want to see more, that's something I'm open to doing. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, it's Bees, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out guys.